Hello, so we're going to talk about unit pricing and how to figure that out and why it matters. So right now, food costs are increasing, and one way to figure out if you're getting a good deal or to figure out which one is the most cost effective when you're purchasing something, especially in a large quantity, is to use the unit price. So the unit price is available. It is usually to the left of the sale price of your item. So the biggest thing to use this for is when you're purchasing meat, or if you're purchasing a large amount of bread, things that are in big amounts. If you go to like a bulk store like a Costco or a BJ's, and you're going to purchase like paper towels, toilet paper, things like that, it's good to know your prices, so then you know where you're going to really get the best deal. So we're going to look at hamburger meat, and we're going to figure out which one is the better price. So you may just look at this and say, oh, well, the $5.44 is obviously cheaper, so I'm just going to purchase that one. But you need to look at the fact that that is for 16 ounces, whereas the other meat is 24 ounces, even though it's $9.60. So what you need to figure out is how much is it per ounce. So that will tell you which one is really cheaper. Okay, so how you set that up, and for any unit price, is your price divided by the quantity or the amount. So if you don't have ounces on it, which a box or a can or meat will always have ounces or pounds available on it, you could also do the amount that's within the package. Like, let's say you have candy, right? The fun size bag comes with 12 pieces. So let's say that's on sale. You can get 2 for $5, right? Or you can get the big family size bag, and that has 50 pieces in it. So which one is actually a better deal? Buying the one that's on sale for 2 for $5, or the family size bag that has 50 in it, but it costs like $7 or $8. So this is where knowing your unit prices actually would come in very handy, because the ones that are on sale may or may not actually be the cheaper option. And just because something's on sale does not mean it's always the less expensive purchase choice. So again, why knowing how to figure this out is actually a really big benefit to you as you go to try to, purchase groceries and things. So, all right. So let's take a look at this. So if we have coupon C, which is our hamburger meat, is $5.44. So we have $5.44 divided by 16 ounces. So if you remember, we can only divide by a decimal if the outside number is already a whole number. So because we already have a whole number on the outside, we're good to go. We do not have to move anything. We don't have to move anything outside. We don't have to move anything inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take this decimal that's already here and bring it right up to the top. So then that way we know where our decimal is going to be for our answer. So now we just simply are going to go ahead through our process for division, which, just in case you don't remember, it's the does McDonald's sell burgers really, which is division, multiplication, subtraction, bring down, repeat as needed. Okay, so first question I'm going to ask myself is, and I go through this every time, so I put a multiplication sign there just to help me remember that I need to say, how many times does 16 go into 5? Well, I can't put 16 into 5. It's too big. So that would be 0. Now, if I need to do out the math, I would do 0 times 16 is 0, because anything times 0 is 0. And I'm going to end up with 5 subtract, right? So bring down this 4. And now I have 54. So to the side, just to help me out, I'm going to go ahead and create just like 16 times 1 is 16. And then I'm going to do 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 3 is 48. Oops. Sixteen times 4 is 64. And 16 times 5 is 80. And I'm going to stop about there. So now I have some numbers to work with. So now I say to myself, self, how many times does 16 go into 54, or the closest, so I don't go over, because I can't subtract with a number that is bigger because I'll get a negative answer. So the closest I have is 48. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So 16 times 3 is 48. So I'm going to put my 3 above the 4. And 3 times 16 is 48. So I'm going to subtract 48. And I'm going to have, so I can't take 4 from 8 if I look at my subtraction. So I need to borrow. So this 5 is going to become a 4. And this 4 is going to become 14. So 14 minus 8 gives me 6. And then 4 minus 4 is 0. So I am not done because I still have this 4 that I need to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down. And I'm going to put a 4 here. So now I look and I say, how many times can 16 go into 64? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I see here that 16 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is exactly 64. So I'm going to put the 4 here, because 4 times 16 is exactly 64. So when I subtract 64 from 64, I'm going to end up with 0 as my remainder. I have nothing left. So my division is completely done. So now I know that for the 16 ounces, right, at $5.44, each ounce of meat is 34 cents each, okay? So it's 34 cents each with this coupon. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that information here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put 0.34 per ounce, okay? So you can abbreviate ounce by saying OZ, okay? That is how we abbreviate the word ounce. Or you can write it out, which is OUNCE. Why it's abbreviated OZ, I don't know. That's just one of those things. It's just a rule. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at what we would do for our hamburger meat that's 24 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this information simply for space. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and write up our problem. And the second problem is $9.60 divided by 24. Now again, I do not have, there we go. I do not have a decimal value on the outside of my house, so I don't need to move anything. I don't need to change where my decimal points are. I can just go ahead and start my division. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up this decimal point right here, so then I know where it's going to be for my answer and go right into my division. So I'm going to change my color, put my multiplication sign, and now I'm going to go ahead and make my list here. So 24 times 1 is going to be 24. 24 times 2 is going to be 48. 24 times 3 is going to be 72. 24 times 4 is going to be 96. 24 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be 120. Okay, I'm going to stop there. All right, so my first question to myself is, self, how many times can 24 go into 9? It can't. It's too big. So again, I'm going to have that 0 there. And now if I need to do out that math, it's 0 times 24 is 0, because anything times 0 is always 0. Oops. So my answer is going to be 9. And then I'm going to bring down that 6. And now I say, self, how many times can 24 go into 96? Well, I just made myself this little chart, and I see that here's 96. Here's 96 right here. So how many times is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put 4 up above here. So 4 times 24 is exactly 96. And I'm subtracting. So when I subtract 96 from 96, I end up with 0. Okay, now I still have another 0 I have to deal with, and I cannot leave it by itself. So I'm going to bring down the 0. However, how many times can 24 go into 0? None. Can't. So I'm just going to go like this, and 0 goes into 24 0 times. So 0 minus 0 is 0. All right, so I now know that the hamburger meat, which gives me 24 ounces, so it's a larger size of meat, it's $9.60. However, per ounce, it is going to be 40 cents an ounce. So the question then is, which one is the better deal? The better deal is really the first one. Even though you're getting less meat in the package, if you were to buy multiple of them, you actually would be saving more money, because it's only 34 cents per ounce, whereas the other, while you're getting more, is actually more money per ounce. So knowing this information and knowing how to figure this out actually will save you over a length of time. So that is how you figure these things out. So that is unit pricing. That is just another way of dividing decimals and whole numbers. So there you go. Now give it a try on your own.